What are we doing here, hun?
Almost a year to the day since we built our first compost. 13 months since we started mucking around with compost, something like that. And today is a very big day. We are gonna build a pile in there and leave it. We're not gonna mow it with a lawnmower. We're not gonna flip it every 2 days. I think they call it lazy compost. There's a little known YouTube channel. What's the guy's name? Hugh something. He has this, it's only got a couple views on it. Maybe go check it out. Hugh, I can't remember the guy's name. Really good looking fellow though. Really good looking fellow. He has this video. It's called the Art of Lazy Compost. Full disclosure, haven't watched it. Sorry, Hugh. Sorry, but we're gonna try to think about what he did in his video that we didn't watch, and we're gonna try to replicate it here. I think it's what you guys in Britain and most gardeners do all over the place. Got a spot for it, you throw it on there and you leave it. So the only twist that we're gonna do is after 28 days, I'm gonna flip it and see what it looks like in there. So it'll be interesting. We have a ton of stuff that we have been taking out of the garden and bringing here. So yeah, the only kind of wrinkle in the plan, it's not a wrinkle because it's actually an opportunity, is that we have no carbon source. I don't want to use wood chips because, yeah, I don't want to use wood chips for carbon. But we do have a whole bunch of potato soil from the potatoes that we've just harvested. So I am going to use soil and dirt as our carbon source. And just kind of layer it in there and see how it goes. Now we do have a bunch of screenings in that big black bucket, which is mostly like wood chips and fines and stuff like that. And then we have our seaweed sauce, our Fuller Thistle tea, our HP sauce. I'm dumping it all in there, and we're gonna see what it does. So yeah,
That's bananas.
it is.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I'm a little bit misty about it actually. Yeah, it's pretty cool that yeah, this will be a pretty epic pile. It's going to be a pretty epic pile. Yeah. So, and I'm going to do it on that side because I'm currently floofing grass clippings in the middle one, and what I'm going to do is probably take some of our finished compost and screen it into that bin once that bin becomes available before the 28 days are up, and I flip it into there and we see what's happening. So
Okay, get to work. Now, do you want to do some pause and record with this? Just set up your...
I think so.
Okay,
I
perfect.
think so. So yeah, this is like a little bit like Steve Solomon does it. We don't have clay, but we do have good soil. So I'm going to use that as a carbon source.
Got it.
If you haven't seen or heard about Steve Solomon, check him out. He's wicked smart. He's like this end of the spectrum. I'm probably over here, so hopefully we can meet in the middle somewhere. So cool.
Okay, let's do it.
Oh, this could be awesome. Okay. .12 minutes. That's pretty easy. pretty easy. Yeah, so as you guys saw, I just layered it in there. I threw some seaweed sauce on it, some HP sauce, horse manure sauce, and some fuller thistle stew on there as well. So tons of nitrogen. I'm not sure how the soil will balance that out, but I would think it's going to get pretty hot. I'm not going to add water to it. I know Solomon does, but this is definitely not a Solomon pile. It's kind of like a hybrid. So, but what I am going to do is I'm going to throw the thermometer in there and just come check every couple days and just see what it's doing. And as you can see, it's up to this level right now. I'm sure in 28 days, if we don't add anything to it, it's going to be way down there. So yeah, I expect the temperatures probably start coming up in the next 2, 3, 4 days. Because it's not all fine particles, I think it will take a little bit longer to come up. Like our 28-day compost was pretty much 24 hours, it was over 100, and then within 48 it was thermophilic, so it was above 140, and then within 72 hours it was 160. So yeah, so we'll see how this one goes. It's a very special pile. I've even added some of our finished compost into the middle. I'm not sure if you guys saw that on the pitchfork or not, but I threw some of that in there to give it a good head start with the biology. So
Great.
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Very exciting, and that was easy.
And I only got a little bit of stew on me, so
Ooh.
the clothes will be going off before we go in the house. So, but yeah, super stoked. If you guys saw anything that could improve it, let me know. Always willing to learn a bit. So yeah,
Cool.
we'll see, and we'll flip it in, like I said, 28 days, just to see what's breaking down in there and what's happening, and if we need to make any adjustments. So
All right.
yeah,
Sweet.
and I might even watch that Hugh guys video. Hugh, can't remember.
Okay.
Can't remember.
It's okay.
So yeah, cool.
Okay.
All right.
Well done.
Awesome. Have a great day, guys. All right. So day 2 of the lazy compost. It's the one that we just threw everything on top, a little bit of soil, a little bit of compost for an activator. And as you can see, it's just below 120. So I'm actually a little bit surprised that it's already 2 there. Our hot compost that we ran over with the lawnmower got the particle size a lot smaller, was probably only about 20 degrees hotter at this point. So yeah, already starting to heat up. There's no 4-legged friends in there yet. So yeah, and I'm just gonna leave the cardboard on there loosely and just see what the temperatures do over the next few days. Well, 28 days at least. It'll just be interesting to see what happens when we just leave it alone. So just a real quick update. All right, cheers. Day 5, shrinking a little, and it's 130. We'll see.
What are we doing here, hon?
We are at the 2-month mark of our lazy compost trial. It's been 2 months, and I think what we're gonna do is pull the plug on the lazy compost. Now, I totally agree with a lot of you guys that lazy compost will make better compost at the end of the day, but I just like flipping it. I really do. I like the process of watching stuff break down really quickly and having the worms come in and finishing it off. So it's been 2 months, and one of the biggest things that I had a fear of happening with the lazy compost is this. So that's a big old rat hole. Not too stoked to go in there and see what's in there, but with the quick compost of the Berkeley method that we've done 5 times now, we haven't had one rodent issue. So yeah, what we're gonna do is use this lazy compost to build a new pile. We've done a little bit of a garden cleanup out there, and we're just going to start a new quick compost pile. So yeah.
Love it.
Yes. So we've gone and hedged all the hedges that we could trim up, and going to cut the grass. We've got tons of debris or spent plants from the garden that are going to come in, and I'm just going to mow it all over the lawnmower. Super easy way to do it. Mix it up. We've got some carbon, we've got some newspaper, we've got some dried grass that we've been drying over the summer. We've also got some cardboard, some other stuff that we can use up for carbon, and we will build a pile and see how it does. And we'll actually still use some of the spent compost and finished compost to try to activate the pile. So yeah.
Exciting.
You ready?
I am ready. Let's
go.
go.
Okay, well, Colleen is out gathering some materials up. I am gonna do the fun task of flipping this. Hopefully there's not too many four-legged friends in there. And yeah, I had the thermometer in here. It did get up to 140. The second time I flipped it, I did add water. And to be honest too, we didn't probably start with enough material. I mean, you really want 4 by 4 by 4. But yeah, we'll get in there and just see what the material looks like halfway through. I'm sure it's a bit broken down. I think the stuff on the outside is definitely not. So, and highly recommend letting your leeks go to seed. This flower is just awesome. It's the best. It's my favorite allium flower for sure. It's super cool. So, anyways, here we go. Yeah, so first impressions, super dry. I thought I added a bunch of water in there, but it's definitely been cooked off or evaporated off. So I'm gonna get some water and add some water as I go. Okay, so what I think I might do is actually use this as a carbon source. Everything is like bone dry, and I really don't think there's a whole lot of nitrogen left in that pile. So we got a bunch out there of fresh clippings. So I'll just use this as we add our fresh stuff from the lawnmower to try to get that CN ratio right. So yeah, here we go. Rinse and repeat. And one great tip that we got was add a bit of mostly finished compost to the pile, just to kickstart the biology. So I'm just gonna do that.
All right, I'm not going to be over dramatic about this, but I think this is the end of the zucchini. It does have a few on there, but they've been on there for a long time, and I think they look anemic, and we're making compost, so they're coming out.
Okay. Whoa. That's a lot of compost. All right, we got her done. It took a bit of work, for sure, But yeah, we used, I don't know, it was probably 10 bags, maybe 12 bags of from the lawnmower, just grinding stuff up and then layering in the lazy compost plus some shredded newspaper and some other stuff. So pretty good pile now. I mean, it's 4 by 4 by 3, something like that. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. I think it's gonna get hot pretty darn quick. I did add some water on each layer, and all I got to do now is top it with the cardboard and stick the thermometer in there. And I think within a couple days we'll be cooking. We'll be cooking something for sure. So yeah, super fun. Lazy compost. I'm not good enough at it yet to get the moisture levels right. So this for me is much easier. Now that being said, if you had physical issues and stuff like that, get really good at composting, because flipping this every couple days is I like it. It's fun, but it wouldn't be the easiest thing. So so yeah.
Oh, Snowy can hear you talk about compost.
Right. She's blessed the pile. She's blessed the pile. This is going to be a really, really good pile. Really special pile. So yeah, super stoked. We'll come back in a couple days and see what's cooking. So stay awesome, guys.